So today's topic, guys, we're gonna be talking about something that is not a stranger to the industry, but it is still relevant to today and for future days coming. What is that topic gonna be talking about? Well, I'm gonna be talking about the skip shift features that they have on these modern muscle cars that they have today, and they have it on here for one reason and one reason only, and that is for gas mileage. Let's get to it. First and foremost, guys, I would just like to make a short apology for me not posting like I should have been. I've been working and I'm working. That's all I'm gonna say. That's my short apologies, okay? Do y'all forgive me? Okay, let's go into the topic. Now, for you automatic guys, this video is not for you, bro. Okay, we don't care about how fast you're going, how much time you have, or, oh, I can shift this amount of gears in this amount of time. That's irrelevant to us. We like shifting the vehicle like how we want to. But this is for the guys and gals, okay? Yes, I also said gals, because I know you gals like this type of stuff as well. And I respect that. Find it annoying that the features that's in these modern muscle cars, as far as the Camaros, the Corvettes, the CTS-Vs, the G8s, now this is just GM. Now, GM's not the only people that do that. You got Dodge with their Vipers, their Challengers, Chargers, and then you got Ford with their Mustangs, and I think they got others in that as well. Probably the F-150s, I know they came with manual transmissions too. All of these made after what? I think it was 2005, 2006 when they started doing this for the modern cars. I know they did some back in the 1980s or 90s, something like that, but that's way out there. But the reason why they put that in these vehicles is because gas mileage, guys. They did it for gas mileage. What looks good on paper? How to make this look good on paper? Let the EPA see that this thing gets 16 miles per gallon in the city and 21 miles per gallon on the highway. I know that's for the 6th gen. I forgot what it was for the 5th gen, but the numbers vary. It's kind of the same between the 5th gen and 6th gen models. But there's two things that you can do. Well, there's actually three things, but the third one don't really count. The first thing is you can buy a wiring harness. What this wiring harness does, I don't have it on me, but I'll show you later. What this wiring harness does is it makes the computer, it blocks out the electrical signals that it sends to the transmission to block you out from second, third. It does that. I don't know, I take that back. I know how it does it. It actually sends power to this skip shift solenoid. And what the solenoid does is it prevents you from going into any type of gear besides the 4th gear where they want you to do it at. And on the infotainment system, they have a message on there that says, okay, shift the 1st to 4th. On the gearbox pattern, they also got a diagram to where it shows you where you should guide the lever at. That's how it is on the Camaros. I'm pretty sure that's how it is on the other ones as well. That wiring harness, what I was talking about earlier, prevents that from happening as far as blocking off the signals. Now, the second way of doing it is doing it by tune. So what you'll do is you'll go get HP tuners or any other tuning software. HP tuners is more popular. Get the HP tuner software, write the tune in, and tell the computer, no, I don't want to do this anymore. We're going to do it how I want to do it, which is shifting the gears how I want to do it. Now, simple said than done. You do have to buy the MPVI3 or the MPVI4. At the time now, it's the MPVI4. I have the MPVI3. You have to buy that and also buy the credits that you'll need. I won't get all into that, but you have to buy some credits. For this one, I believe it was 100 credits, so it is $50 per credit. No. This takes 2 credits, I'm sorry. See, I'm getting my numbers mixed up. It takes 2 credits to enter the computer system on this car, and it is $50 per credit. So that's how that works. At least that's how it was back in 2023. But anyways, you get the credits and then you go inside the software and you go under the transmission control module, and then there's a system called CAGS, C-A-G-S, if I'm not mistaken. You go there and then you turn that to disable. You don't want that. That's how you can do it on that. Now the third option is doing it by your foot. So instead of taking off from the red light as like you were normally driving, it's like you're cruising, you just put your foot on the gas a little bit. Well, if you do that, the message is gonna pop on your infotainment system telling you to shift from 1st to 4th. So if you don't want that to happen, all you gotta do is you stomp on it and you won't hear it. I mean, you won't see it. Then you can shift from 1st to 2nd at that timely manner. So that's what you have to do if you don't want your car system to tell you when to shift and how to shift. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit more of a perspective of what I'm talking about with skip shifting. So with skip shifting, you know how you're going from 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th to 6th. This is a 6-speed. I can shift from first to third to fifth to sixth, or I can shift from first to second to fourth to sixth. It all depends on how fast I'm going, how traffic is moving, and basically how you're feeling. So the beauty of having this manual transmission is you can shift it into whatever gear you want it to do. As long as you're not gonna blow the engine up going 70 miles per hour, then you say, oh, I wanna put it in first gear, then boom, there go your transmission, there go your engine, blown up. No, that's not what I'm talking about. That is something that you do not wanna do, because that'll cost you a whole bunch of money. But the beauty of this is that you will build a connection with your vehicle on the driving aspect of things. As far as you can say if you're coming up to a red light and you know it's about to turn green, instead of just hitting your brakes, you can just downshift into a lower gear. You can go into a phase called engine braking. Now automatics have this too, but manual transmission have it to a better advantage as far as how fast the car will brake. So think of it as this engine is a big air pump, right? Well, as the air going inside the cylinders and not combusting, that acts as a resistance, and also the piston that's going up and down causing a resistance as well. So all that stuff combined, as far as the weight of the vehicle and the things that I just talked about, will help slow the car down. Now the reason why this doesn't work with automatics is because automatics only shift one gear down at a time. As far as once you come to more of a complete stop, the automatic transmission will downshift one gear at a time, like fifth, fourth, third, second, and so on, etc. But with a manual transmission, if you're cruising in sixth gear and you come into a stop or you go into a curve, you can downshift into third gear or second gear, depending on how high you want the RPMs to rev up and depending on how fast you want it to slow down. The lower gear you go down, the faster the car is going to stop on its own without applying the brakes. Well guys, turns out I had to use ramps and jack stands. And I got it resting on the jack stands. I just using the jack for support. Put this in here just in case. I'm gonna get this installed, man. But first I gotta locate what our working area is. So the gray horn is up there. Oh, this right here, right up there. I don't know if I can see it. See where my finger at? It's that connector. And I won't be able to get it on video because I won't have enough room to show y'all. But you slip back that connector and then you put it on. Put the new connector in between them. And that's how we're gonna do it. Okay, I have the wiring harness unhooked. This was up here. Let's see if I can see it. This wiring harness was up here like this. Can't get that out the way. But it was hooked on there just like this. So what I did was, the cats are hot, but I put my hand up here with my arm like this, then I turn my elbow 45 degrees from it. That gives it enough room for my index finger to pull on that tab, and then it came right off and I got to pull it down. So turn your elbow at 45 degrees and you should be able to do it. So this black end hooks on to the connector you just disconnected, and then this end will take the place of it. Okay, so I got the connector. I got the black connector onto the other one, and you want to make sure that that black shark fin that sticks up
it's closest to this little lip right here, because they do have the same thing on the other side, but it's not close. It's not the closest to this little shark fin or whatever. I just call it a shark fin. But you just plug this right back in. You just plug it right back in. I think I can show y'all this. If I can get it on camera. I think I got the hang of it. You want to do this on a cold engine, by the way. The cats are hot just because me trying to struggle to put this car on ramps, and I had the parking brake on. All right, y'all, I'm done with the install. It does require 2 hands to put it back together. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I put the camera down, I was still using 1 hand, but I ended up using 2. The hardest part about this is getting that clip plugged back in to that connector up top. That was the hardest part. Other than that, it was pretty simple. I'm not gonna sit here and say that it was an easy install, but it can save you money from paying somebody else to do it. I know my pocket's been saved, so it's doable. It's very doable, but I think it took me probably maybe 5 minutes later before I put that clip back on, because I was still trying to fiddle with it with 1 hand. I was still trying to do it with 1 hand, but I mean, it's on there. It's good to go. Now you got to test it out. It's test run time now, baby. All right, this is test run number 1. Normally around 2,000 RPMs is when it's gonna show up. Right up in there. There it is. I'm not gonna shift right into 2nd gear. I'm gonna come to another stop, and I'm gonna test it out again. All right, watch this. I can shift. Here come another stoplight right here. Oh, messed up on that downshift, didn't I? All right, here we go. Still shifting 2nd gear. Well, guys, that about sums it up about the topic of the skip shift elimination. This Camaro is already have the skip shift elimination. My first option was actually the wiring harness that I've been telling y'all about. I got that from Gen 5 DIY, by the way. You can get it from other manufacturers too, but Gen 5 DIY puts a lot of time and effort in their plug and play harnesses. They got more plug and play harnesses on their website, and they also got more parts for the 5th gen Camaro and actually trucks and other vehicles as well. But the 5th gen actually started it off, so that's why their name's called 5th gen. Fun fact. Like always, guys, like the video if you find it very informative. Share this video with somebody who this information will be a lot helpful to, and also subscribe to the channel for more of my videos. I got more on the way, more need to be edited, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Gen Z getting it done. I'm out.